Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi, we are from group JBA 114-4E. Under Introduction to Technical Analysis Fin348, we will present about our group report assignment. Company background. Company name is Large Chemical Titan Holding Sodium Berhad, or LCTITAN, was founded in 1996 and listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia. It was a private limited company, and it's a chemical manufacturing business, also produced plastic, and was headquartered in Damansara, Kuala Lumpur. Principal activity of the company is serving comprehensive petrochemical products, and it operates for 14 plants in Malaysian and Indonesian. It also serves two categories of principal product, which is polyolefin and olefins, and the company main products are plastic fabricators. It is also trading in domestic and export to the market. Diversifying activities of the company is investment holding and manufacture of synthetic rubbers, and the company also has 3 subsidiaries. Next is technical overlay. Technical overlay is a special type of technical indicators that used by traders and investors to identify overbought and oversold levels, and it was plotted on a stock chart such as moving average and Bollinger Bands. It is a short term of SMA. It shows that buy or sell signals. The first line of major moving average support in an uptrend, and when the price crosses over above the SMA line, it shows that buying signals, while when the price crosses below the SMA line, it means it is a selling signals. As an example, based on the graph, the first signal in a green is a buying signal that plotted in early of July 2020 when the price crossed over above the SMA line, and for the selling signal in red is at the end of July 2020 when the price line crossed below the SMA line. It's a long term of SMA. It measures signal for the beginning of an uptrend and downtrend. It also predicts bullish or bearish direction of the market. Example based on the paragraph, at the end of the September 2020, it shows that signal of the beginning to an uptrend, and it lasts until at the end of January 2021 when the SMA crossed above the SMA line, which can be assumed as bullish position for the stocks, while in January 2021 it gives signal the beginning of downtrend until in the middle of March 2021. Continue on the middle of April 2021, it indicates that the stock is in bearish position when the SMA crossed the below SMA line. It refers to the movement of short-term and long-term of SMA. It also refers to the crossover signal between 50 days and 100 days of moving average. When the short-term line crosses above the long-term line, it indicates that price is in bullish trend and known as golden cross. When the short-term line crosses below the long-term line, it indicates that price is in bearish trend and known as dead cross. Based on the graph, the first crossover is at the end of the September 2020. It indicates that price is in dead cross and bearish trend due to the short-term SMA line crossed below the long-term SMA line. The second crossover is at the end of the October 2020. It indicates that price is in golden cross and bullish trend due to the short-term SMA line cross above the long-term SMA line.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is AKMAL ASNA binti KAMARAZAMAN. So, today I will present about comparative analysis. As we can see clearly in the figure, the purple line is present as the price of LCTITANs. Meanwhile, the blue line is present as FTSE BMKLCI. So, why we need to do a comparison? This is because to determine whether the price of LCTITAN is outperforming or underperforming at the same level. So, starting 1st July 2020, like we can see, until the beginning of August 2020, the purple line is going up and crosses above the blue line. It indicates that LCTITAN is outperforming and the price is higher than FTSE BMKLCI. So, then the purple line start going down, crosses below the blue line or FTSE BMKLCI line on 11 September 2020. It means that LCTITAN is underperforming and the price is lower than FTSE BMKLCI. However, the LCTITAN start outperforming again on the middle of September 2020 until 16 July 2021. To summarize all of this, LCTITAN is outperforming compared to FTSE BMKLCI. As we know, LCTITAN is chemical, industrial products and services sectors. They produce such as essential things that is always used and has a high demand. Therefore, the price of LCTITAN is increasing in the short period of time. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is SHUKOR and I will present about trend analysis. Okay, for the LCTITAN trend analysis, it has three trends, which is primary trend, second trend, and minor trend. The primary trend is going rising cost commencing on 24 February 2021 to 10 May 2021. Normally, the mainstream lasts for 1 year and sometimes a few years, although the major trend is above 3 months based on the graph. Next is a secondary trend. Secondary trend is a correction of the downtrend price movement considered to be intermediate trends. The beginning of secondary trend of LCTITAN is March 18, 2021 to April 8, 2021. An intermediate investor will follow secondary trend by selling the stock and buying it later because the trend period is short. Lastly is minor trend. Minor trend is generated by a primary and secondary trend, and the intermediate trends are less fluctuating. On 14 April 2001 to 22 April 2001, there is slight trend, in general less than 3 weeks or 1 month of modest trend duration or below that.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AINUL binti Muhammad Ali and I am from JBA 1144E. Today I will be explaining about economy variable. Economy variable is to determine if overall conditions are good for the stock market. There are 8 economy variables which are real growth in GDP, industrial production, interest rate, inflation, unemployment, budget deficit, industrial production, money supply, and weak dollar. Next, I will be explaining about pattern that we found in LCTITAN company. There are 5 patterns that we found, which are double top, double bottom, pennant, wedges, and cup and handle. Alright, that is all for my explanation, and I will be passing to the next presenter.
Thank you to the previous presenter. Assalamualaikum, my name is SITI HAJAR and I will continue with the indicators and oscillators. Firstly, technical indicators and oscillators are a series of data points that is obtained from applying a formula to the price data of the security, such as the high, low, and closing price. It is presented in a graphical form, usually below the price chart, and is used to find the exit and entry signal. The first indicator is moving average conversion divergent, or MACD. It presents the relationship between two moving average of a stock price. Here we can see the line chart for LCTITAN and MACD below it. There is a signal line, MACD line, and histogram. The buy signal is when MACD line crosses and move above the signal line and the histogram move up from 0. The green arrow shows the date from the buy signal using MACD. On the other hand, the red arrow shows the sell signal when MACD line crosses and move below the signal line. On 9 July, it is advisable to hold to buy. Moving on, stochastic is an indicator that compares the stock closing price to a range of price over a time period. In stochastic, there is an overbought area above 80, oversold area below 20, K line, which is the fast and more sensitive indicator, and D line, which is the slow and takes more time to turn. The green arrow indicates buy signal as K line is above the D line in the oversold area, while red arrow shows sell signal because K line is below the D line and in the overbought area. On 9 July, it is preferable for investors to buy the stock. Next, RSI or Relative Strength Index is an indicator that calculates the magnitude of the current change of price movement to assess the overbought and oversold in the price of security. When RSI is below 30 and in the oversold area, then move up over 30, it indicates buy signal, which is shown on the chart with green arrows. And if RSI is above 70 in the overbought area, then goes down, it shows sell signal. On 9 July, it is preferable for investors to buy the stock. In In addition, rate of change is an indicator that evaluates the percentage change of the current price in contrast with the price of a certain period ago. The value below 0 indicates buying signal, which can be seen with the green arrow on the chart, while the value above 0 indicates selling signal, which can be seen with the red arrow on the chart. On 9 July, it is advisable for investor to hold to buy the stock. Lastly is the Williams percentage R. It's an indicator by Larry Williams to evaluate the overbought and oversold level by comparing the stock closing price to a high-low range of the stock over a specific period of time. The Williams percentage R range from 0 to -100. When Williams percentage R indicator is below the oversold line, which is -80, then rise crosses over the -80 line, it indicates buying signal, which can be seen with the date with the green arrow. Next, the selling signal is when Williams percentage R is above the overbought area, which is -20, then move down and crosses below the -20 line. It indicates selling signal, which is the date with the red arrow. On 9 July, investors should buy the stock. Thank you, that is all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will continue to present about conclusion and recommendation. In conclusion, company analysis are performed in order to determine LCTITAN overall performance and operation. Although LCTITAN may not be known the most well-known stock at the moment, it has led a currency gainers in recent weeks with a reasonable big price increase. We can infer that any recent changes in the company outlook are already priced into stock because it received a load analysis coverage. According to price multiple model, which evaluate the company price to earning ratio to the industry average, LCTITAN is still a bargain right now because there is not enough information to confidently estimate a stock cash flow using the price to earning ratio. The ratio is lower than the peer average, indicating that the stock is trading at a discount to the chemical industry. What more, the share price of LCTITAN is reasonably valued, which means there are more opportunities to buy because the price could fall or rise in the future. Current investor LCTITAN is holding at a discount to the industry PE ratio, indicating a positive growth outlook with considerable profit potential. Consider whether increasing current investor portfolio exposure to LCTITAN is a good idea or investing into other stock is a better fundamental objective. Buying LCTITAN stock or looking further into the stock to potential LCTITAN investors who have been afraid to make the leap. Given the significant price increase, now is the best time to make a decision. However, keep in mind the risks that come with the promise of future expansion. Technical analysis determine if a stock should be bought, sold, or hold for a short period of time. The downturn, according to technical analysis, implies that the stock will be held at 9 July 2021. Recommendation for potential investors to buy stock to enter the market or hold the shares, and for existing investors to hold the shares only to price decline. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.